So Lenskart, we have been around for about 6 years now, and we started to revolutionize eyewear in India, looking at eyewear in a very different way. About 530 million people in India, which is about half the size of the Indian population, need specs, and only 1/4 of those who need specs wear specs. And we started with a vision to figure out how to give vision correction to the remaining 350 million people in India. We started as an online business, purely selling glasses on the internet, and we realized is for us to be able to reach such a large base, and for what we started out to do, online alone won't be enough, and so we started sending people to consumers' houses to do their eye exams. Later, we started even with our stores. We have about 200 stores now, which we opened in the last 1.5 years. So Lenskart's vision statement has been of revolutionizing eyewear, but our mission has always been, for 8 years of history for the company, has always been to create enthusiastically satisfied customers all the time. And we always feel that satisfied customers are not enough for a company, and which is why we particularly add enthusiastically in front of it. And we feel that such experiences are created by great customer experiences, which are usually built with one-on-one connect, which is why in an online only business, you don't get enough opportunities except a phone call to be able to build that connect. And in our stores, we have this wonderful opportunity to build this connect with the consumers, especially also when we go to consumers' houses. One of the challenges as we scale this, rapidly, 200 stores in 1.5 years, and continue to scale them, and at the same time manage customer experiences, sitting in Delhi in our office, figuring out what is happening in each store. And there is a certain level of hygiene that we need to maintain in every store. And how do we know that whether a store is in Raipur, or it is in Tinsukia, or is it in Salem, or Chandigarh, or Lucknow? How are our partners performing or dealing with our customers? From the fact that whether our signage is proper, to the fact, is the store clean enough? Are we following our eye checkup process, which is a 10-step process? Are we greeting customers? Is the store well stocked enough? Is the marketing campaign that we are running out, is the standee outside the store and inside the store matching? Is the staff wearing our brand uniform? Is the staff explaining about the product well enough? How is the overall customer experience? And it's always, it's a necessity to get into these complexities, otherwise you won't be able to build a great brand. And while we do a lot of work, one of the things was, to control experiences and to know where we need to go and actually work with the partners to do audits. Initially, while we started out with doing our own audits, we realized one is they're not completely non-biased, plus they're non-scalable, and we're not able to get new people to audit every time, and people who are going there without any preference, and our staff doesn't know that they have come for audit, because then the behaviors can change. So we started working with Red Quanta about 1.5 years back, and the main reason was that how can we learn more of what is happening on the ground, and on the basis of this give feedback to our people, our area managers, our store partners, our store managers, and so that these are the problems, go fix them because customers are not liking it. And it's an ongoing process. It works on a platform. So I think overall the idea was how can we continue to ensure that as we scale, we won't always have a person in all these places, plus the behavior of the staff in front of us and in front of a random customer could be very different. So we do about 4 audits, at least our mandate is to find 4 new auditors across the country per store per month, which I think is a little bit on the aggressive side, but because our entire incentive structure is built on it, 1 or 2 audits are not enough. And the report comes on mobile platforms, because these auditors, I think, carry a phone with which they're even able to click photographs of certain things which we want to get audited, and we get these reports. These reports then flow back to the stores, and they flow back to our area managers and to our region heads and directly back to me, and we're able to see what all issues are consistently coming in. Of course, it is a subjective method, so you may not always be able to work point by point, but you seem to see a trend of what is happening. So if there is a store that is continuously not greeting, you will eventually figure it out over a period of 4 to 5 or 6 audits, and that is the time you actually take that data, work with the store, And and because it's incentive based, and because it's such an important criteria, people start taking it seriously, and they start putting in the platform what have they fixed, what have they not fixed. So it's a process methodology, and we've been pretty happy with Red Quanta. People don't get their incentives and they are below 85% in quarter 1, and by quarter 4 they won't get their incentives at 90%. Of course, there are stores sitting at 97 and 77, but it's something that is taken very seriously and has helped us. We took a lot of time for our people to digest to it, for people to start taking it seriously, for us to see results, because there'll always be disputes around that, oh, this audit happened but this was not the case, the guy interpreted it wrong. But the thing is, it is really something that it is for our use. It is not really saying whether it's 100% authentic or not. But when there is subjectivity and an end consumer which is an independent consumer involved, you have to assume that the general trends can't be wrong. And if you can take those to your use, then it's a fantastic tool to control consumer experiences.